Hey guys, it's Tiffany Harlick, and I'm here to give you a little astrology insight for the week of October 30th through November 5th, 2023. So, as we shift into the month of November, of course, in numerology, we're shifting from an 8 month into a 9 month. And so the 9 is all about closure, completion, integration, digestion, and there can be a tendency to overdo things, to be overstimulated, to overwork, overdo, overwhelm. And so I want to invite you from the beginning of the month here to just say less, do a little bit less, draw your energy back a little so that you have the space to digest and integrate all that you have learned this year, all that you have been through, all the things that have come to fruition in your life this year, whether you're celebrating, whether you're learning and studying something. This could be a really opportune time to allow it to all just come together, right? Like a nice big bow. So keep that in mind. We also have this week Venus opposite Neptune. And so Venus opposite Neptune, things are kind of delusional, right? Like things aren't quite as they seem to us. And so getting some different perspective, letting a little time pass, letting some steam blow off, not taking everything so seriously, enjoying the space of movies, the space of escapism that's healthy for you. Neptune likes to get out of there and escape, and Venus likes it to be very luxurious, right? So when they're kind of opposing each other, it doesn't have to be fancy, it can be the cheap popcorn and the show that's on the TV. It doesn't have to be this huge, exotic, luxurious getaway, even though you might want to. Venus opposite Neptune sometimes shows us where we have champagne taste on a beer budget, right? So forgive the joke there. It's just an illustration of sometimes things aren't quite as they seem, or we don't really need the fancier thing, or if a little more time would have helped us see something more clearly. You could have had the rose-colored glasses on this week, and that's important. It's important to look at life with a light heart, with joy, with love, with hope, with innocence. Absolutely. Just be aware that there might be more to the story than what you're seeing. Also this week, Saturn will go direct in Pisces. It will stay in Pisces through May 24th of 2025. And so Saturn in Pisces is helping us understand really about our own spiritual reformation. Saturn is the boundaries, the discipline, the rules, the regulations, the karmas, right? Also represents some fears. And Pisces really does represent our intuition, our psychic development, our spirituality, our inner muse, our creator, our creativity, our fertility, things like this. And so when we've got Saturn in Pisces, it is a great time to get your ducks in a row with your spiritual walk, to be a true disciple, right? The word discipline, Saturn loves discipline and predictability, but the word discipline comes from disciple, to study something, to really deeply understand the mysteries of the world, Pisces. And so as Saturn goes direct in Pisces, you might know where that falls in your chart and give a little extra insight there. So Saturn was previously in Pisces, let's see, from 1935 to 37. We've got 1964 to 67, 93, 94, through 96. And now. And so you could look back to some of those dates in history to find some themes and continuity with what was going on when Saturn was in Pisces. We've got Mercury opposing Uranus this week, and this can be very interrupted communications where the tech gets glitchy, where things are shot out there and they didn't need to be shot out there, or you know what I mean? It's like when your newsletter goes out and you didn't mean for it to. It's literally when wires get crossed. So Mercury has to do with our central nervous system, our mindset, the way we think, the way we communicate, the way we learn things. And it's in an opposing force to Uranus in the sky, which brings brilliance and genius and aha moments, and is very unconventional. Uranus is very different. Uranus is very rebellious. And so you might not only see wires crossed and things just kind of being slung out there in information land sloppily, but you might also just have that disconnect from your genius. And this is another reason that this week isn't the ultimate week to be super clear and make the perfect decisions. I would just let a little time pass this week and observe, see what's in your field. You can look at November 5th because we've got a last quarter moon at 12 degrees of Leo. And so the last quarter moon is harvest time. It's we're talking about a moon phase family that started 2.5 years ago in the sign of Leo. So 2.5 years ago, something new was going on in your life. It had to do with Leo things, with being the star of your own life, being the celebrity, being the leader, being the heart-centered actor, the actress, the one who motivates through the muses. Leo is much more than that, right? But that is an easy way to start to identify something was brewing in your world around leadership a couple of years ago, 2.5 years ago. 9 months in, it made a pivot. 9 months in, it made a pivot. Now we're at the completion 9 months later. So the full cycle is 2.5 years. We're ending right now. And usually at a last quarter moon, bills are due. Somebody's got to pay up, whether it's energetic, karmically, or financially, emotionally, many ways. Whether it's you paying up or you're saying, hey, buddy, my invoice is out. You need to pay me, right? That this is a time for that, to really like work the astrology with the numerology and find that sense of closure, completion, integration. This project is over, right? I'm done for the year, whatever it is. All right. I hope that helps you understand a little bit more about this week. I look forward to seeing you next week. Until we can work together again, thank you for the opportunity to serve, and namaste, my friends.